What's up, you guys? It has been a long time. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are returning. So in today's video, you guys, I wanted to go ahead and demo the new Juvia'S Place Bronzed Cream Bronzer. I did show this on my shorts video. So this retails for $18. There was 8 different shades, and I picked it up on ULTA's website. So if I can open it, yes, there we go. So this is what the packaging looks like, and this is just like the outside. The back, not much information. Again, I did pick up the shade Caramel, and then this is what it looks like. So I did also show on my shorts that this is a lot smaller. That's very creamy. This is a lot smaller and more travel friendly than most cream bronzers in this type of packaging. And I also brought this to kind of show you for reference. So this is my Nars Laguna in the shade 3, Laguna 3. So you can definitely see the size difference here. But we are definitely going to test this out, see how this looks. I do have oily combo skin, so mainly obviously oily in my T-zone area. I'm pretty much normal on like the perimeter of my face, but even still, with the fact that I am oily, this is described as like a radiant finish. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but we are going to try this out like a first impressions on today's video. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below if you are my shade twin, if you're going to pick this up, or just in general, if you are going to pick this up, if you're intrigued, if you're interested. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's review. All right, you guys, so the complexion is on. Just kind of going over a little rundown for primer on the perimeter of my face. I use the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer. It doesn't really have like that tacky, grippy feel, but in essence, it's kind of the same thing with the jelly texture. But in the center of my face, where I typically get oily, I use the MAC mattifying 12-hour shine control primer. So Magdalene Janet put me onto this. Honestly, outside of her, I haven't seen anybody use this, and this has truly been like a holy grail primer for me, especially in the summer months. And then for foundation, I use the Kosas Revealer foundation with SPF 25, and I do have the shade 250. That to me is one of my, it might be in my top 5 of high-end foundations, just being honest. So typically I do my foundation first, then I go in with my cream products. I don't think, for the sake of today's video, since we are testing out a cream bronzer, I am not going to do cream or liquid blush. So I'm just going to go straight in with the Juvia'S Place, and let me just kind of see which brush. I typically have been loving using the dual-ended Makeup by Mario brush to blend out like my cream bronzer and cream blush. Another really great brush is the dual-ended complexion brush by e.l.f. And then also, of course, the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush. So I think to have a little bit more control, not too much, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush. Now, typically, I also like using this e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush to blend out concealer under the eyes. But I just honestly, I need to pick up another one because I like doing that. So let's go straight in on the face. And this is what the shade Caramel looks like on me. It does have warmness, but you do see that shadow as well. So I'm just going to kind of use this brush for placement because it is so small. And try to somewhat blend it out. So it is very creamy. As you can see, even with me just blending that out, it really did not take a lot. It's like blending right into the skin. If you guys can kind of see that. So let me grab my e.l.f. complexion brush just to kind of go over top of that. Make sure we are blending this out. So this is what this Juvia'S Place cream bronzer is looking like. This is the cream bronzer. No cream bronzer. I'm liking it. Let's see how it looks once we set everything down. Again, I'm going to pick up that smaller brush and work on this side. And just kind of, I'm not going to dip back in. I'll just use the remaining product to work it on the rest of the face. And hopefully there's some left on the brush so that we can take it on the nose area. No. So really quick for concealer, this is the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Radiant Concealer in the shade medium 14. And then I also added a little bit of the yellow e.l.f. color corrector. So to go ahead and set the under eyes, you guys, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix in the shade C3. This is a little bit lighter. So this is more of like a pressed powder, and I'm just going to kind of take that on the under eyes. This will help set and also add a little bit of brightness to that under eye area. And I'm still going to go in with my One Size translucent setting powder. I have had this little mini travel size for the longest, and as you can see, there's really not much left, so I just want to finish this up. Again, this brush that I just used to set under the eye is the Morphe M554. I don't even know if that brush is still available. If it is a really good brush to use to set under the eye. I'm just going to take this translucent powder and still kind of set over that MAC powder, and then also in my teeth, well, my nose area, obviously. To set the rest of the face, I'm using MAC. Again, this is the Studio MAC Fix, and this is in the shade NC42. So I'm just going to take that on a fluffier brush, set over that cream bronzer. So even with setting the face, we still see that cream bronzer peeking through, which is a good thing. So with you zoomed in, you could still see that bronzer peeking through. There is no patchiness. It did not lift or move my foundation at all. Now, typically with me, I probably could, but I like to go over my cream products with like powder, obviously. So yes, we set the face, but I also love using like a powder bronzer. I love using cream and powder blush just to kind of set that down. I think for the sake of today's video, with the fact that we are just testing out this cream bronzer, I think I'm just gonna leave the skin as is. I feel like we kind of sat down with the MAC Studio Fix powder, and we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it. I'm going to, like, even with the nose, I still see that cream bronzer on the nose area. So like I said, I'm just gonna place a little bit of powder blush, and I'm gonna spray and set the face, add some highlighter, and do a simple lip. And I think we'll be done. Like, what do you guys think? Like, I feel like I still see it. You know, usually once you set down with powders, you have to reapply your bronzer because all of the powders kind of takes away from your cream products. But I still see that shadow on me. I don't look tuned out from all the powders. We'll see. This is the Made by Mitchell All Ripped Up blush. It is a pressed blush. So a lot of my UK brand products I get from Beauty Bay. And sometimes I just pay extra for like shipping, even though it still takes some time. Like, I don't know, do y'all still see that little shadow there? I don't feel like I need to add any more bronzer. Okay. So next, I'm just going to do a little bit of Cali Ray highlighter in Moonlight Beach. I don't think I have a highlighter brush. Yes, I do. I'm just going to do a little bit of this on the nose and Cupid's bow. All right, you guys, for lip liner, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Malt. And I think we're just going to do a gloss. It's early. It's 10:17. I'm not about to do nothing but drink my coffee. I have not had my morning coffee. So yeah, this is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Pink Paloma. But this is what the skin is looking like, y'all. Let me go ahead and set really quick. I want to shout out. I was going to do a wear test and a review on this setting spray. And my anniversary came up and I was just like, you know, my mind was all over the place trying to, you know, get the plans and everything in order. I wore this setting spray about 3 times. When I tell you, oily skin girls, go to Sephora right now. Sephora, or you can go to lysbeauty.com. Their new setting spray, when I tell you, it is a natural finish, but it does say that it is a blurring and mattifying setting spray. Oils did not peek through. Like, I was literally like, and my mother, like, we were outside at like a family barbecue, and my mom was like, why ain't your makeup sweating off? It was this. I was like, yo, They did them once. So I am going to first go over top with my Too Faced Makeup Insurance 18-hour wear setting spray. I personally love this setting spray. I also love using this in between steps because it's not drying, but I didn't do that today. Okay, so I'm gonna fan this off for a little bit, then I'm gonna go over and set with the LYS Natural Finish. Again, if you do have oily skin, now it's not a dry matte, so I don't feel like if you have dry skin, I don't think that it's going to make you look cakey or anything like that. But again, this is a blurring and mattifying setting spray. So for those of us that get oily or we just want our pores blurred, this will definitely do the trick. And it is a very fine mister on this thing. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's video. I mean, I did not use powder bronzer, and I brought it down here, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna stop cheating these reviews and let's really see what this product is giving. So for $18, I feel like you get more than enough within this packaging. When you think about it, we don't need, as you saw, I took the smallest brush. I did not need a lot to cover my face. I don't feel like you need a lot. It doesn't have to be excessive. But I feel like with the little bit that I did use, when you think about it, I still have so much more product. Again, this is 0.30 ounces or 9 milliliters of product, whereas I think the Nars is 0.67 ounces. So obviously you get a little bit more in that packaging, but again, this is only $18 as opposed to paying $30 or 30 something dollars for a high-end cream bronzer. But I just feel like the skin looks good. You still see it shining through. Setting it with a pressed powder, or like a pressed foundation powder, it did not alter the shade, and I still see that pigment coming through. I did not need to add any more cream bronzer. Like, you still even see it on the forehead area, and honestly, this is the area that I thought about maybe putting a little bit of the powder bronzer. But overall, I think the skin looks good. I still feel like I look sun-kissed. And obviously the orange blush just kind of helped, you know, bring it out a little bit more. But like, I definitely do still see it. So I am giving this a yes. Even though it is radiant, it is a radiant finish, I feel like you just see a little bit of a glow, but it's not over the top. There is no like glitter or shimmer effects within this cream bronzer, and I'm just gonna kind of show you guys. It is very creamy and easy to blend. So I personally give this a thumbs up. When I say Juvia'S Place has been killing it, they have been killing it. At this point, we got a full face. I just think Juvia'S Place, they need to come out with some primers and setting sprays, and there will literally be a full face. This is a go. It's a 10 out of 10. I personally, my local Ulta did not have them in store yet, even though online said they did. So I would definitely call and check your local Ulta first if they have these in store. See if they do. If you kind of figure out like what shade you might need, ask them to maybe put it on hold. Or best suggestion is to just order online, which is what I did. I know for me, I am mainly caramel in most of my cream bronzers, so I kind of already knew what shade to get. That is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And you guys stay safe and be blessed. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.